G'day everyone, welcome to another edition of Fly Fishing in Nature's Realm. Now in today's episode we're going to tie another fly from the Mayfly life cycle, and that is the dun stage. Okay, that's when the nymph, emerging nymph, is riding the water surface. Its wing case splits open and out pops the dun. The dun then will float on the surface, drying its wings. It'll drift with the wind, the waves of the lake and so forth, and dry its wings and then fly to a tussocks, trees, bushes and so forth, and await for the next stage. So that's the stage, or the fly, that we need to represent that stage. Now, like I said in my talk, there was a lot of different flies you can use, or there is a lot of different flies we can use to imitate the dun stage. The fly that we're going to tie today is the Highland Dun. Now, the Highland Dun was invented and developed by a fly fisherman in Tasmania by the name of Noel Jetson, the late Noel Jetson. Now, Noel Jetson was a very famous fly fisherman, not only for his fly fishing guiding, not only for his fly fishing abilities, but for his fly fishing shop there, which was called Jetfly. And there's a great book out that you can get at the moment that talks about Noel Jetson's life, and that's a great book to purchase, guys. I can highly recommend that book. So he invented the Highland Dun, and it's a great fly. There's no worries about that. It really incorporates a lot of different aspects of the actual natural, where we use the wing, which is speckled hen feather, that really gives the mottled effect of a natural dun. So it's got a lot of great aspects about that fly. So let's tie this fly now, the Highland Dun, and I will have all the materials I need right here in front of me. And so first requirement is fly tying thread, and we need brown thread is the colour. 6/0 would be, 8/0 you could go 8/0 if you wanted to as well. Alright, so and the hook that we need is a size 10. Alright, now the actual recipe for this Highland Dun is in a fantastic book, and I've got it right here, a fantastic book called The Pursuit of Fly Tying. I haven't got the dust cover on this book, but it's called The Pursuit of Fly Tying, and the author there is G.E.P. Rowney, alright, who was a active, well, he's passed away now, but he was a fantastic bloke who was a member, could have been foundation member, I'm not too sure there, with the Southern Fly Fishing Club. And George has got this book here, and let me tell you guys, if you're a beginner in fly tying, get this book. I can tell you, you're going to learn a lot right now. Now the actual recipe is right at the back there, and it's only done in the last few pages, at least special flies, and the Highland Dun's one of them. And there's a number of different flies there. You've got the cocky spinner, you've got the Yeti, and a whole host of different other flies, and Highland Dun's one of them. And hook size 10, tail, bunch of red cock hackle fibres, rib, bronze wire or copper wire, body, brown tying silk, body hackle, again, palmed small red cock, and then wings, speckled hen wing, and then we have the hackle, which is red cock hackle and grizzle cock hackle. Alright, and the grizzle is to be interspaced in between the red. So So for the recipe and a great book, purchase yourself The Pursuit of Fly Time by George Rowney. It's fantastic. Alright, now let's get our size 10 hook and we'll put it in the vise. Fly time thread. Let's start off. Now again, around about the 2/3 mark is where we're going to have the hackle. So we need to make sure we have space there for the hackle. So 2/3 mark, we start there and we'll tie that in. Advance down to the bend of the hook. Cut that excess off and we're ready to go for the next step. Next step is a bunch of red cockhackle fibres for the tail, and what I like to use here, guys, is your Indian capes. Again, they're cheap and do the job just as good as the genetic ones, and it's only for the tail. When you get to the main hackle, you need good genetic feathers there. So we take one that I've got already out, and we just strip off some fibres off the edge of the feather stem. Make sure they're nice and even, nice and straight. Judge your proportion. You've got that, transfer it over and then tie it down. Okay, cut away the excess. Right, now at this point, as we're going to tie in a body hackle that's palmed, we now require either bronze wire or copper wire. The wire I've got is copper. I feel that's a better colour for the actual body because it matches the actual natural better, I reckon. Where'd that go? Disappeared. Jeez. Alright, there's our copper wire. Let's tie it in right where the fly tying thread is right at this moment. And we want to make sure that the body's even. So if we have to run the thread back down, do so. And then back to the 2/3 mark. Alright. Now our next requirement is the body hackle, and we want red cock hackle there. So I have pre-selected and from a genetic cape, which is the saddle cape there, as we can see here. Beautiful saddle capes, genetic quality, they're just fantastic, create beautiful hackles. We want the actual body hackle in its diameter to be smaller than the main hackle, so make sure you select your feather correctly there, guys. Alright, okay, let's tie that in. And then we create the body hackle, palmer it down, but give it a bit of a gap in between each one. We don't want it to be fully palmed, you know what I'm saying? So that we don't have it too well hackled. Alright, then when we get down to where the copper bar wire is, we take the copper wire, go the opposite direction, and then weave that copper wire through those body hackles. And again, creating a segmentation as we do it. We can let go of that feather now, and then weave our way through those hackle fibres. Make sure that gap is equal, even as the last one, so it looks really neat. And again, guys, that's for a fly tying perspective. Trout don't really care as to the way the segmentation is spaced. And then trap that copper wire in. A few turns there. And then we cut the body hackle feather away. Alright, just see that it's all nice and neat and tidy. Alright, now the next step is to tie in the wing. Alright. Now we require for that this feather here, which is speckled hen feather. Now if you actually have a look at that speckled hen, it's got the model effect of the actual natural. It's just an incredible representation or imitation of the actual natural. It's just fantastic. So we cut ourselves a snip off the feather, and then we roll it in half. Alright, and then once we've done that, we judge the length of the wing. Now it has to be not too high, otherwise your fly when it lands on the water will roll over. Okay, has to be the right length. So we judge it, and then we'll tie that in. Now look at it again and just say to yourself, is that good? And that, I think, is just exactly what I want. Excellent. And then cut away the excess. Alright, so there we have the tail, the body hackle and the wing. Now we need to tie in the main hackle, which is going to be two feathers. It's going to be a larger diameter feather from the red cock saddle, and we've also got the grizzly saddle cape. Now as you can see, again, longer feathers, and that is basically a white feather black barred, alright, and gives a great effect. And you'll always use these cape for a lot of fly tying. So buying it won't be a waste of money, guys. So I'd always recommend red, grizzle, black, and then you could at different stages buy different colours and you know, it's just a great fun and fly time. It really is. So what we do now, guys, is we take and select a grizzle, which would probably be that one there. Put him to the side for a minute, and then get our red one. Here is our red one here. Red brown. I know that can be confusing. Okay, let's tie that in. Cut away the excess stem there. And let's form the hackle and put a few turns behind the wing as well. So we'll do one turn in front. Then we'll do one turn behind. Bring that wing up if you need to manually. And then back in front. And then build up that hackle a little bit more. But leave space for the grizzly. Alright? So cut the further away now. Now we put or tie in our grizzle fell. So let's make sure we judge it as to the fibres being correct, and that's excellent, that one. Let's tie that in. And put a turn, and we go through the red, just a couple of turns through. Okay. And then at the front, and then tie off. Okay, snip away the feather. And now we just whip finish now. Again, use a whip finishing tool, or you can do it by hand, whichever you favour the best. Okay, cut away the actual thread there, and let's tidy the front up with any stray fibres that are in the way, so it looks nice and neat and tidy. Check the wing again. That hackle's beautiful. It's going to float all day, guys. And there you have it, the Highland Dun. Great fly, guys. I use it here in Victoria. I've used it in Tasmania. The great thing about this fly is it's so perfect to the natural colours of the natural dun. So when you cast this fly out to the naturals, it sits there and it looks exactly the same size. It looks the same colour. It's incredible. And if you've ever seen duns, a lot of swallows will actually feed on duns as well as the trout, and you'll see the swallows come down and they'll pick up your fly. It's amazing. So this one really works well, definitely. So guys, give it a go, and I'll see you next time in the next episode of Fly Fishing in Nature's Realm. See you later, guys. Bye for now.